smart, bringing people together. And the Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm Sabrina Daly.
And I am Asani Kayatano. Good morning.
And good morning, Asani.
Good morning, Sam.
How you doing? You enjoying the overcast skies? Lovely, lovely weather.
I can't complain. It's much needed reprieve from the sun.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So if it stays like this for the next couple of days, I won't complain.
Yeah, well, I mean, we are indeed enjoying cooler temps, but it has come with quite some showers.
Yes, yes.
Yesterday was quite an interesting one, actually. I'd say even over the weekend, really. We experienced downpour and rain, so much so that we were expecting flood waters coming from our neighbor, Mexico.
Yeah.
Now, you would also know, Isani, that we covered in the newscast last night some extensive damage caused to a portion of the coastal plain highway as well.
So the torrential downpour over the weekend had its effect in that Gales Point area, where villagers and, of course, commuters along that stretch would have observed portions of the road that tore away near the Soldier Creek Bridge, right? And so the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, along with its chief engineer, dispatched a team to the location to do sort of an assessment to the extent of damages and what have you. And I know that Evandale Moody spoke with reporters yesterday to give specific details as to what were the causes of this particular damage to the highway. I think one of the things that I find particularly interesting is the fact that he is in part attributing it to deforestation in the area. So because the road has now opened up that part of the country, you have persons who are seeking to develop land along the coastal plain highway, and so to do that, they are denuding certain parts of the forest that's near the road. And so all that water now settles there as sort of a catchment when it rains and the water comes down. And so it's the effect of that that we're seeing on the coastal plain highway. I think what I also found interesting is the discussion that was taking place prior to the government of Belize going on record to, explain exactly what transpired there. Because some people were questioning the integrity of the road itself in terms of how it was built and perhaps the material that was used to build it and so on and so forth.
I heard some conversation about, and if you saw the footage there on screen, at least a photo of how thin the concrete seemingly looked on its surface, and persons questioning, the asphalt, and persons questioning if that may be one of the reasons why it was so easy to break away. But I mean, we were able to get a comment from the chief engineer, Evandale Moody, speaking about, as you mentioned, what he is attributing to the cause of the damages. He also mentioned climate change in general, which is something out of their control. But he did mention that they are proud of what has been the works on this highway, and the fact that there was really just a small portion that received damage due to the flooding.
Overall length of the coastal plain highway, and you look at this portion that has been affected by flood waters, it's a very small, less than 1.something% if I'm judging in the round, right? I think what is worth noting, going back to what you said earlier, is the fact that it's in part being attributed to climate change, to the deforestation, and of course the wildfires. So when you look at these three elements, so to speak, coming together with the downpour that we've experienced over the past several days, then perhaps it's ripe for something like this to happen, right? But what I look at sort of from an optimistic point of view is the comment that was made by the chairperson of Gales Point Village yesterday, that notwithstanding this damage
they're
to
still
the road,
grateful.
they're still very much grateful because now they have unimpeded access in and out of their community.
Absolutely.
And that area as well is a flood-prone area. So to have a road that allows them to be able to get in and out in either direction, out to Hope Creek or down to Democracia at the George Price Highway, gives them that access. It gives us as commuters access to that part of the country as well.
Here's the thing though, the rain has just started.
Yes.
The season has just started.
Yes.
And I believe the folks from the National Met Service has projected more rain coming to us this week. So I do know that we will be getting an official report from them in a few moments. But I think at this time, the only thing that we can mention to our viewers is try to take all the necessary caution that they can. Just like when we were talking about heat waves, we have to now do our own preparations for water. As you would know, we are in the hurricane season. So it's only time to prepare ourselves for that. I do know that there were also conversations about a little bit of a scare yesterday when the folks from the National Emergency Management Organization issued a hurricane alert by accident, but they were able to clear that up as well. But as we always mention, stick to your official sources of information. Of course, NEMO is one of them. And when they retract their statements, take their word for it.
All right. It was a false alarm.
Yes.
I think in the immediate aftermath of the release or the warning being issued, people were a bit frenzied, right?
They should be. We were all.
We're on the heels of this entire forest fire situation, and now we're supposed to stand by because of a weather system that's out there.
Yeah.
I think for some people, they were trying to, reconcile the two things. How do I move, or what preparations do I have to put in place? But I think even though it was a false alarm, it has to be reiterated that because we're in the months of June to November as a hurricane season proper, you should have a plan in place.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So.
Well, we're going to be getting that official update from the folks at the National Meteorological Service now.
Continue to support moist and unstable conditions over the country. The 24-hour forecast: skies will be cloudy at times tonight and tomorrow. Some showers, a few thunderstorms, and periods of light rain will affect most areas, especially central and northern areas tonight, with activity decreasing and becoming isolated tomorrow morning. Then, a few showers and thunderstorms will affect mainly the northern and central areas tomorrow afternoon. There's a strong thunderstorm warning in effect. Strong thunderstorms was observed over the northern, Cayo, and the Belize district that is producing strong damaging winds and possible hail and heavy rainfall. There's also a small craft caution in effect for locally rough seas, especially near heavy showers and thunderstorms. The low temperatures for tonight will be around 81 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 74 inland, and 68 up in the hills. The maximum temperatures for tomorrow will reach 89 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 95 inland, and 81 up in the hills. The winds will be from the south-southeast at 5 to 15 knots, and the sea conditions will be moderate. A high tide will occur tonight at 7:40, a low tide just after midnight at 12:39, another high tide tomorrow morning at 6:41, and another low tide tomorrow afternoon at 2:24. The sun will rise tomorrow morning at 5:18 and will set tomorrow evening at 6:29. The moon will set early tomorrow morning at 2:19 and will rise tomorrow evening at 3:36. The outlook for Tuesday night and Wednesday: skies will be cloudy at times with a few showers and thunderstorms mainly occurring over the coast. In the tropical weather outlook, at 6 p.m., potential tropical cyclone 1 was centered about 375 miles southeast of La Pesca, Mexico. This system was moving north-northwest at 7 miles per hour with maximum sustained winds of 40 miles per hour. For more details on our forecast, please visit our website at nms.gov.bz. With that, we end this evening's forecast from the Belize National Met Service.
All right, it promises to be another wet few days, as they mentioned, so definitely try to take heed to that information. But Isani, we have a jam-packed show this morning, so we have to jump straight into our show lineup.
Yes.
Starting things off, we'll be joined by UDP Toledo East Standard Bearer Dennis Williams, who will be talking to us about the by-election.
Our second conversation this morning is all about breaking the stigma around men's mental health.
In our third conversation, we'll be joined by BELTRAIDE, and they'll be here to talk to us about customer service excellence.
And our fourth and final segment this morning is the introduction of a new song by artist Jenko.
All right. Well, we got to take that first break, and when we come back, it's all about Dennis Williams and his conversation with us, talking about the upcoming by-election. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
My name is Waluko Mejia. I'm the General Manager at BELTRAIDE Lodge here in Toledo, Belize. The Belize Bank service we appreciate most is the Belize Bank ATM and the use of its debit card. It makes it very accessible for our employees here at BELTRAIDE Lodge. Essentially, they could access the ATM on their way home after work, and also that the local stores accept the use of a debit card.
Discover a shopping experience like no other at the V Department Store. They carry a vast array of products at unbeatable prices. Elevate your shopping journey with affordability, diversity, and accessibility at the V. Conveniently located at 1745 Coney Drive in Belize City.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Belize Electricity Limited is pleased to announce the holding of its 2023 Annual General Meeting at the Best Western Belize Biltmore Plaza, mile 3.5 Philip Goldson Highway, Belize City, Belize, on Thursday, June 20, 2024, commencing at 7 p.m. For registration purposes, shareholders are advised to bring along a valid identification, such as a Social Security card. Shareholders who are unable to attend may choose, and we encourage you to exercise this right, to appoint your proxy, or you can simply appoint the company's CEO or the corporate secretary as your proxy to represent you at the AGM. Furthermore, the company will provide virtual access to the meeting. Shareholders or proxies can choose to participate virtually by visiting the company's website at www.bel.com.bz/AGM on the date and time of the meeting. Shareholders and proxies will be asked to provide their contact information along with an electronic copy of a valid identification. Pre-registration for virtual attendance commences on Monday, June 10, 2024 and closes at 5 p.m. on Wednesday, June 19, 2024. Shareholders may do so either by visiting the company's website at www.bel.com.bz/AGM or by contacting BEL's Securities Officer at 227-0954, extension 1512 for assistance.
welcome back. For our first conversation this morning, we have been joined in studio by the United Democratic Party standard bearer for Toledo East, none other than Dennis Disho Williams. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good,
Good.
thank you.
All right.
So for the benefit of our viewers, those who may not know who you are, kindly begin by giving us a background as to who Dennis Williams is.
Well, my name is Dennis Williams. Everyone in PG knows me as Disho. Because if you ask for Dennis Williams,
They may not know who Dennis Williams is by name, right?
Yeah. I was born and raised in PG. Went to high school there. When I graduated from there, I went to Belize Technical College. Graduated there in 91. Started working at BL for 12 years. And I took one day and started to work at BTL for another 12 years. I retired from BTL and I gave 5 years to the government with NEMO and started a company. I do sometimes subcontract work in the same field that I was trained in now.
Yeah.
But I have been around politics all my life. My family is a big UDP family, and I actively started to campaign with the former Minister of Human Development, Peter Eden Martinez. That was in 2002. And up to present, I have assisted every candidate for every municipal and every general elections. And I've always been, I've never ever put my name up to run for anything.
So what sparked your interest this time around?
I enjoy the satisfaction I get from just assisting people.
Okay.
And many of my colleagues told me, man, you like to help out, you like to do this, so why not take it up?
Yeah.
It was a long, hard, tough decision because it's not my kind of thing to be in the forefront. I was like more a street soldier for the party and working hard, and you know. But I decided to take it up, and it's
what I found interesting, Disho, is the fact that you were endorsed. It's not even that you had to face off against another member of your party in a convention.
Yeah. Well, only me and one other guy put his name in, but like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before, he withdrew his name. So I was preparing for a convention because we have a wide constituency.
Talk to us about your campaign efforts, because you're going from being a street soldier, someone who operates in the background to move the party, to being at the forefront of it, which means now that the door-to-door is actually you leading that charge. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, well, but the organizational part of it, the whole structure, I was not very much involved with that. So I have, like my good friend Kranka, who is the campaign manager right now. I have Brother Warrior, the chairman, and I have two very capable ladies running the office, Cher and Shamiki. So I still basically go out and do the work, but they deal with the more organizational part, setting this up and setting it up.
My question is, Mr. Williams, is first off, as you mentioned, you are a man of the soil in Punta Gorda town. But working behind the scenes in politics, do you think that there was a benefit to that now in your political aspiration? And if so, what would that have been?
It's easier because I was the one that was making contact all along. I was making contact in the villages, in the town. So now it's easier when I go back to the people because I'm not a new face. I'm just a new face to this position, but not a new face to the party. So it's kind of, to me, in the same lane I was in.
Do you find it perhaps particularly challenging at this point in time, given the fact that the United Democratic Party is not as popular as it once was at the polls? So while you know these constituents, you're going in as an underdog, essentially. Talk to us.
It is extremely challenging because the size of the constituency alone is extremely difficult. My farthest village is 72 miles north. That's Monkey River. And you have nearly 60 miles south. You know, so
you're covering everything from Barranco to Monkey River.
Yes, not from like up to Machakela. I actually took some birth papers there on Saturday, and I left town like probably about 8, and reached to Machakela about 11.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because the deplorable state of the road in the rural areas, you have to drive like between 11 to 15 miles an hour. You can't, or you will break up your vehicle. So that is a challenge. And when I have like, you have San Lucas, Corazon, Otosha, Dolores, Machakela. That's basically on one stretch, right? But just to go 5 miles, it will take you nearly like 30, 35 minutes.
We're looking at a district that has continuously shared that they feel they have been forgotten in numerous ways. I also think, Isani, about the convention that we covered recently with the People's United Party and some of the voters saying that they would like support to be given to rural communities. What have you heard while being on the campaign trail?
Well, one of the biggest issues in the rural area is the Maya land rights issue. You know, that is one of the main sticking points as you go. That's one of the questions they ask. And my response to them is that, well, I spoke to my party leader, Honorable Shine, and he said we are a law-abiding country, so if the court rules something, we have to abide by it, no?
It's more of a legal matter at this point in terms of being able to abide by the consent order and implementing it, as opposed to it being a political issue where you're looking at red and blue and how it can be solved. The courts have already determined how the matter should be resolved.
And that's what I told them. I am no expert. I just go by what the court. I would go by what the court says. It does not really. I tell them it does not really affect me. Like us living in town, it affects them and their future because they are complaining about the 1 kilometer outside their village. They say that is not enough, but I don't speak too much on it because I'm no expert on it.
Let's talk about what I find to be one of the perennial concerns that residents of Toledo have. And this is not limited to only Toledo East. The entire district of Toledo has always been complaining of the fact that it is perhaps the most economically depressed part of the country. When you look at development, when you look at employment, any other socio-economic resources that would have been put into the district, it's all but gone. You have people moving out of Toledo district to find jobs and to improve their lives elsewhere in the country. Now, as a politician, how do you view that? And if you're elected in an opposition perspective at this point, what do you plan to do to kind of turn things around?
Well, one of the only thing I think is possible, I spoke to, like I said, with Shine, he has a lot of connection. We would benefit greatly from a call center in PG. There is none. We have graduates from UB High School that have great command of the English language, but they have to leave, and some go to Harvest Key, some to Belmopan, to the Keys to seek employment. And it's one of the cry I hear from them is that it's difficult to continue further their education when they have to leave home to start to work. You know, so a simple thing like a call center with 500 jobs would create a lot of employment, and it doesn't need central government to do that. When it comes to tourism, that is not something we can do right now, but we have the full package when it comes to Toledo. We have the reef, we have the Keys, you have the Maya temples, we have falls, Blue Creek, cave tubing, we have everything, but the BTB has done nothing to create employment there.
And this is one of the questions that I posed to Dr. Martinez when he was here on the show. The very same point that you mentioned. We are looking at a district that has everything to offer that these other districts offer individually, but yet for some reason, limited resources is poured into it. Why do you think that is the case?
Well, it's just political, because I guess in the city, I would say we have a lot more to offer, but the ship, excuse me, the cruise ship stops here. But as a politician, you have to create employment for your people.
Yeah.
And you have the bulk of them here, so at least that's what I think.
But here's the thing. Your party was in power for 13 years. So if any meaningful change, in my opinion, ought to have been effected, it should have happened from then.
Yeah.
So it creates what we call a continuity in terms of being able to allow the entire district to grow equally. Because when you look at Punta Gorda town, yes, that is the commercial capital of Toledo district. But then you're looking also at Bella Vista, which is essentially giving PG a run for its money, dollar for dollar in terms of population size and development, right? Go ahead.
Because I have to be careful that I say. I guess more interest was put into Bella Vista than into the town. Due to the fact that most of the time in the general elections, the town would go red. Bella Vista zone would more go blue, so it could probably be because of that.
How do you think that would play out in the upcoming by-election? Because if my history serves right, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, the late area rep was the one who, I understand, founded Bella Vista and invested in the development of Bella Vista. So naturally they would have had some sort of an inclination to go blue, right? Punta Gorda has its own dynamics. It could either go red or blue, but it stands alone in a manner of speaking. But when you offer yourself as the candidate for the area of Toledo East, you're looking at both of these particular communities that have almost equal population size, and it could tip the scale either way. How do you look at that when you're on the campaign trail?
I think people have a misconception, and they think that Bella Vista is just a Hispanic community, right? But it's basically split in two. You have Maya community, San Pablo, Bladen, Trial has a mix. So you find that you have Hispanic people that are UDP and many of the Maya people. So I look at it that you try to take maybe 40% of the box. And then you have the villages deep south, which has a lot of issues right now. And like I was explaining to my party, that is where I make the numbers up. Because it's not just 2,500 votes in Bella Vista. You have San Isidro, San Pablo, Monkey River, Bladen, the Swayze Belt. So it's not just Bella Vista.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm particularly interested in Monkey River though, because if we're talking about economic depression, when you look at what has taken place in Monkey River, we're not only talking about the physical landscape with erosion and all of these other issues that they're facing in terms of its geography. We're talking about the lack of availability of livelihoods where they can actually go to work. It's similar to when you look at what's taking place in Barranco, where
same thing.
People have to come out from there because there's really nothing going on or nothing that can go on in the immediate short term to allow for them to be able to continue living there.
I was talking to Egbert, one of my executive members, and he was saying that they would like a project to come there to do sour sap, right? He said, but they keep trying and it's difficult. So it's something like that I would lobby for, that most of the people living in Barranco have farmland. if they can produce that, they won't have to leave.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not difficult if you want to fight for your people. You can lobby. It doesn't even have to be from the government. But if you don't have the drive to do that, then it will remain the way it is.
With the by-election set to take place in less than a month,
yeah.
What's your level of confidence going into this?
I'm very confident because I've been working for the past 3 years, and I had to set up village council for the last village council election, so I had to have contact in every single area, and I think that is my advantage even before the convention was held. None of them ever had to go village to village to set a team up.
Yeah.
You know, so I am confident that the work I've been putting in, I will be rewarded. Then for the municipal, I was with the team. We started campaigning in October. So I've been on the ground in the town.
Yeah.
So I'm not a strange face. I've been around. So I think I have the advantage over someone that does not live in the community.
Let me ask you this, perhaps on a bit of a personal note. When one looks at a politician, right, the true image of a politician is someone who has a certain charisma, somebody who gets along well with people in a room and what have you. You've mentioned to us that you're pretty fine working in the background. You've been doing so all your political life, right? When you look at your opponent, when you size up your opponent in terms of personality and in terms of that natural charm, do you believe that you're equally stocked in terms of being able to walk into a community and be able to engage with these people?
I've been doing it for over 2 decades, so it comes easy. For me, it's not anything difficult because, like I've told you, I'm the one that goes and make contact, and election day, I'm the one pick them up, and that was my thing. So it's easy for me.
Nice.
It's easy for me.
So now that we are on the heels of this by-election set to take place, what are the final steps coming from your team, from your camp? What are you guys working on at this time?
Well, at this time, the most important thing is the budget. Because, for example, in the south you have San Lucas, Corazon, Dolores, Machakila. They have to come to Otasha. You have like Santa Ana, have to go and vote way in town, in Cattle Landing basically, not town, but you have Trio, Bladen, San Isidro, San Pablo. You have to vote in Bella Vista, and it's a lot of logistics. Buses, food, you know. So all of that have to be tight and in shape, or else you will run into problems election day.
So then the natural follow-up question is, what is your machinery shaping out to be when you look at these logistical hurdles that you need to cross in terms of simply mobilizing voters? What is your team looking like?
Well, from ever since, for Midway, Barranco, Conejo, Sunnywood, you know, they go to Barranco. We would have like a team leader from each village, 1 or 2 team leaders from each village. So I have to keep in constant contact with them all day, sometimes on the phone late for the one that has service, because in the back there's no service. You know, so they would have to come closer and call or send a message. So you have to have contact with everyone in all the villages, gather the information, and then the team comes together and say, okay, we need 1 bus for this village, we need 2 for that. And you have to start engaging from early. It's a lot of tricks to it, but I don't care to say a lot. But you know something that you can depend on, and you have to trust those people.
Mr. Williams, as we wrap up this segment, speak to the people of Toledo East and let them know why they should consider you this by-election.
Well, my people of Toledo East, I was born and raised in Punta Gorda. I dedicate most of my years of service to Punta Gorda and the entire Toledo district. I get so much satisfaction from helping others. All who knows me know that is what I do. I'm not a person who sees red or blue or green. If someone needs help, I'm willing to assist. So, if you should have an emergency, my office is right in town. My home is right in town. You need anyone, someone have to take the ambulance, because I did it with my son. I had to take that long journey. I will be there to assist. So, July 17th, I ask that you elect someone you know, someone you can call at any time, someone you can come to his office or his home, and he will be right in Punta Gorda. The time to save Toledo East is now.
All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by all the way from PG.
Yeah,
You mentioned that you left as
Yeah,
early as 3 a.m.
This
morning.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for taking this opportunity to speak to us and, of course, the people of Toledo East through
Thank
our
you.
show.
Thanks, brother.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, the conversation switches into Men's Mental Health Month. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Fulltech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere, satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price but stay for the service.
1,067,700 slices of bacon are eaten by tourists each year, stimulating our local economy. Tourism means business.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Benny's is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad. In the month of June, visit a Benny's near you and get store-wide discounts on selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie Power Tools, Charbroil Barbecue Grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much, much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Benny's.
Benny's, Benny's, oh, Benny's, Benny's. Benny's, Benny's.
Hi, my name is Lincoln Fowers and I work at U-Mall. 100% I will recommend Belize Bank mobile banking to everyone because it saves time, money and gas price because gas price is high right now. Belize Bank mobile banking just make life easier.
Get ready for the most electrifying season yet. KTV The Remix Season 6 premieres on June 25th with the audition show. Who will walk away with bragging rights and the $10,000 grand prize? Tune in to find out. The excitement begins at 8 p.m. on Channel 5 and our streaming platforms. And it doesn't stop there. On July 2nd, the bliss comes alive once again with the live show starting at 8 p.m. KTV The Remix Season 6, where dreams become reality. Don't miss it, right here on Channel 5.
Welcome back, guys. We're having our second conversation this morning, and as we mentioned, it's all about mental health awareness for men. This month, of course, is also a month dedicated to spreading awareness about men's mental health. And we have here with us Leon Leslie, and he is a clinical psychologist to talk to us just about that. Good morning, Mr. Leslie,
Good morning.
and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I'm so looking forward to this conversation because I think it's so interesting that we have dedicated a month separate for men to speak about mental health awareness. You'd know that we have a month dedicated to mental health awareness in its entirety, but why is there a need to have a month dedicated to men on their own?
As you believe should be aware, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. What the international organizations have realized over the years, men have been left behind when it comes to mental health. For whatever reason, because there's a lot of theories out there why men are reluctant to seek assistance, they decide that, hey, maybe if we begin to dedicate an entire month where we gear it towards focusing on only the males and the needs that they may have, men may become more aware and become more make it the norm to say, hey, it's okay to speak up, it's okay to go and seek that assistance when needed, where needed.
Yeah. So you are a clinical psychologist. Let's talk to us a bit about the work that you do and what made you decide to get into this profession in the first place.
I've been in the field now 16 years. From I was 24.
Wow.
I actually was looking to study law, but in my personal life, my father, he had his mental issues where he suffered from depression and anxiety, and he had to leave us for a period of time to seek help because at that time, Belize, we were very, very young in mental health field, and he had to leave. And when he came back, we spoke very lengthy about the profession, about where Belize should go. So I decided, let me try it out. Initially, it was more out of respect, but when I was out there and seeing life of a clinician, seeing the work that they do and realize, hey, Belize could benefit from something like this. Even when I came back, a lot of people questioned, why would you come back with a degree in psychology when people wouldn't seek it? But I weathered the storm, and where we're at today, which is at a good place in my opinion. We have almost like 50 clinicians out here. Sadly, and I say sadly because to my knowledge, there's only 2 males.
Wow.
Myself and Mr. Jeremy Vargas, who's at the UB. I think Mr. Vega left Belize, if I'm not mistaken, and Mr. Fermin Oliveira, he's at the university, he teaches. So there's only 2 of us, to my knowledge, that actually practices on a regular basis. What I can say is the males, at least through my profession, males have been accessing as much as females. The numbers are equal. So I find that very, very good, especially where I work. I find that very, very good.
I think for many years, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong, for many years, men have sort of felt shut out from accessing these kinds of services as partly of our own doing, because there's the issue of machismo and the male ego, and we're thinking to ourselves, well, I am strong, I'm always strong, mentally, emotionally, physically, that even when there's something that bothers me and it kind of plays with my mind, so to speak, before I go and seek out a professional, I'd rather just internalize it and say, well, I'll get over it eventually.
Yep.
But some of these issues are, in some cases, deeply rooted. And it's difficult for you to move forward if you don't begin to address some of the root causes of why you feel a certain kind of way, right? And I think the fact that you have these kinds of services now being available to men, and we have a certain sense of confidence that we're able to share with each other, allows us to change and shape the way forward. I guess maybe that attributes to why now there's some sort of like a parity in terms of people seeking these these services.
Yes, indeed. Belize have long, and we still culturally, from pregnancy. So we have to look at this from that. From pregnancy, normally when someone realizes we're having a boy, what color do they normally go for?
Blue.
Blue. So
natural, right?
And I look at COVID as a turning point here in Belize. While it was tragic, it also helped Belizeans on a whole to start realizing mental health is a serious issue. Males began to see it as a serious issue because then in a traditional male household, which we still hold on to, the man is supposed to financially pay the bills. They're supposed to ensure the household is safe. During COVID, a lot of males lost their jobs. So now that stress, that anxiety fell on them. What am I going to do? So they began to reach out. Whether it started with reaching out to friends and then friends eventually referred to the experts, they began to do that. So that was a turning point in my mind that actually saw that. Confidentiality in Belize was a huge issue.
Perhaps it still is, I don't know, but it was quite an issue back then.
Well, even at least from other clinicians I spoke to, you don't hear them bringing up confidentiality as an issue. So I am glad for that, especially males seeking help. What we're trying to push now, at least from my end, a lot of males are reluctant to speak to females about certain issues. But again, we are limited with males in Belize.
There's only two.
Yes. So they have to seek that female out to get that assistance if they want it. So I encourage you that with counseling, it's a fit. You have to fit with your clinician or else it won't work. That relationship is more important than the actual theory behind it.
So, all right, so let's step back a bit. You said quite a handful there that I agree with, but I'd like for us to kind of flesh it out and illustrate it in a different light. See, men perhaps have an easier time opening up to men, right, than they would to women, especially when we're discussing deeply personal matters, right? It's almost as if you have a situation where there's a husband and a wife, certain things the husband will reserve for his brother or for his father or for a close friend, as opposed to just coming forward and say, hey wife, this is what's actually happening with me or whatsoever. Based on that sense of comfort, right? And I'm thinking perhaps that is similar for women. Women are comfortable discussing certain things among women, including perhaps some of their very mental issues that we share collectively, because I think mental issues aren't restricted by male or female. We all have challenges that we need to face in our personal lives and what have you. But that's a picture that I want to paint. The fact that we draw comfort based on who we're close to of the same sex, so to speak. Now, if you're telling me that of all the clinicians who are practicing in Belize, there are only 2 men, and your entire schedule for the week or for the month is taken up, that means I have to now go and seek a woman, right?
Yes.
How comfortable would I be sitting with a woman and saying, okay, these are my problems, but these are very, very close to me, right? Maybe as a man you could relate because you're a man like me, but how do I know and say, okay, this is what's actually the issue at hand?
Well, the first session is normally the feeling out session. It's like a boxing match where you give and take. You're only going to reveal so much. So again, you have to find that comfort. You have to ensure what I reveal to this clinician, they're not going to judge me. They're just going to be very objective that, hey, sticking in, being neutral. So that takes time. That normally will take 2, 3, 4 sessions before that person actually gets to the meat of the matter, why I'm here. So that slows the process down. So I'm not saying it cannot work, it just moves at a slower pace. While with a male, for example, a man coming with relationship issues, certain things they may reveal to a male from the first session. Certain things, no, because the first thing the male will say, well, she's a female, take my wife's side. So I rang no matter what. So that takes, again, time. But it can work.
But isn't that the responsibility of these mental health individuals, that they shouldn't judge you in the first place?
They shouldn't judge, but we are humans, and we may inadvertently say something that is judgmental, and if the person realizes it, then that could be dangerous to the session. But as much as possible, we should be non-judgmental. But at the same time, if you're wrong, you're wrong. There are certain things we have to confront you on, that, hey, we discuss certain issues and maybe the issue is you. So you
maybe
have to
you are the problem.
So you
In the field that you work, Mr. Leslie, are you observing that there are more males now being interested in working in this field?
Yes. A lot of males, as I said, the past year, I work with the Belize Police Department, and over the past year, a lot of males, equal with females, have been seeking help. And starting this, from last month into this month, it has spiked even more. So I applaud the males within the department who are coming forward, and the more that comes forward, the more the word spreads out there that, hey, this is a norm. It's okay to seek help. And if you begin to see 1, 2, 3, 4 improving, others will begin to see, well, hey, maybe it can work for me. So they eventually seek help also.
What are some of the challenges that you are hearing from men when they come to you for your services?
Most males currently suffer from anxiety, but you won't know it's anxiety because males tend to drink to mask their problems. Especially in a culture like ours where every evening you go buy what two that the Chinese. that about currently, as I said, identity issue. That is what males are struggling with females now working, paying their own bills, having their own money, becoming more independent. As a male now, what is my role? What do I do in this household now? And they're struggling with that identity. They don't know how to fit in. Times have changed, but males in our culture, sadly, we're not adapting as fast as the time.
So as we wind down this segment, Mr. Leslie, I want us to quickly look at ways that we can support our men, not only in the month of June, but in general as it relates to mental health.
Well, as I but the other emotions we don't. We don't show happiness, for example. A lot of meals playing with your kids. That should be a happy moment.
Yep.
But why are you so reluctant to do those things and saying, oh, I'm tired? To me, it's not an excuse. Those are things you do to improve your mental health. Eat properly, exercising, sleep. And with meals, guys, talk to a friend, talk to a family member, someone you trust that your information won't get out there. And if need be, seek help with the therapy. Try it out once. I always tell everyone, try it once. See if it's for you, and you'd be surprised. It does wonders.
And I know that you are only one among another male here in Belize that has services like this. But how can they reach out to you if they would like to speak to you in particular?
Well, I have questioned why I'm on social media. I will pop up immediately.
All right. Well, Mr. Leslie, thank you so much for stopping by this morning, having this conversation with us. We appreciate it, and we hope that our viewers were able to get, even if it's just a fraction of information to help support the men in their family as well, as it relates to mental health.
Thanks for having me.
All right. We're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, the conversation switches into customer service excellence with BELTRAIDE.
Is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad. In the month of June, visit a Benny's near you and get store-wide discounts on selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie power tools, Char-Broil barbecue grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much, much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Benny's.
Benny's, Benny's, oh, Benny's, 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 Benny's.
Hi, my name is Lincoln Fowers and I work at UMall. 100% I will recommend Belize Bank mobile banking to everyone because it saves time, money and gas price because gas price is high right now. Belize Bank mobile banking just make life easier.
My name is Leomar Langsert and I'm a teacher and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is the safety features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for
Speed. Switch to Smart's powered up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't let this plan. I can't let this plan.
Benny's is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad. In the month of June, visit a Benny's near you and get store-wide discounts on selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie power tools, Char-Broil barbecue grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much, much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Benny's.
Benny's, Benny's, oh, Benny's, Benny's. Benny's, Benny's.
Hi, my name is Lincoln Fowers and I work at UMall. 100% I will recommend Belize Bank mobile banking to everyone because it saves time, money and gas price because gas price is high right now. Belize Bank mobile banking just make life easier.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Fulltech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere, satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price but stay for the service.
1,067,700 slices of bacon are eaten by tourists each year, stimulating our local economy. Tourism means business.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
My name is Leomar Langzert and I'm a teacher and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is the safety features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for loans through the Belize Bank, and I don't have to be having too much back and forth to visit or take time to visit the bank. They also start to offer the online applications through the app for loan applications, which I believe is very neat. I would definitely recommend Belize Bank to other teachers because one of all the features and advantages that the app offer. With these online that Belize Bank offered is basically everything that you can do in the palm of your hand. So I would definitely recommend the bank to other teachers.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Aiwa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Aiwa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Aiwa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Aiwa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Aiwa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers! We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning-fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a Lone Ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't let this plan. I can't let this plan.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Fulltech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere, satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
1,067,700 slices of bacon are eaten by tourists each year, stimulating our local economy. Tourism means business.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Welcome back. For our third segment this morning, we have been joined by our friends from BELTRAIDE. With us this morning is the Training and Recruitment Officer, Marceli Richards. Good morning, Marceli.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
And she is joined by Curriculum Development Officer, Tremet Perriott. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, guys.
And we are discussing customer service excellence. Now, first things first, why is this important?
That's a good question. I think in Belize, everything is centered around customer service. From your child, your parents are your first customer service agents. They teach you your manners, they teach you your values, they teach you how to respect and treat people. What we found in this country is that we are unlearning those things. So customer service isn't just a thing you do, it is who you are and a part of your life. Okay, and so it's extremely important for everything that you do.
We're looking at the country expanding in ways where a lot of entrepreneurs are emerging, especially since COVID-19. When we think of customer service, we no longer just think of the service industry, where your waiters approach you, your waitresses, or the person on that phone line whenever you're making that call. We think of small businesses too, and these entrepreneurs and the way that they interact with us, whether it's in person or online. Is this something that has been observed where these online entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs in general are seeking ways to improve their customer service?
You know, that's a very good question. And to tap into that, I think I want to reflect real quick back on what Tremet brought up in regards to customer service being something that is wholesome. You know, it's a core trait, meaning that it's inclusive of your morals, your values, your brought up on a whole. And those behaviors whereby transfers into your engagement and how you relate to people, how you go be above and beyond to assist them in whatever unique situation or services you're rendering. Now, we do have, or we have seen some influx in regards to demands. Customers are customering, if I can say that.
I love
People
that.
are peopling, because of course, inflation is real. It's affecting the world, not just here in our country. And from day one, customers want a bang for their buck. What's in it for me? And right now, because we can't fight against inflation and the economy, what we can do is amplify the service that we're offering and being proactive and treating our customers now as opposed to just technical customer and a family member. You go above and beyond for your family member, and it comes naturally, so whereby you're not just giving that stiff cut and dry information, but you're going all in and providing them that entire experience. So that is a perspective that we like to share our information and knowledge from, especially as it relates to customer service. It's a broad topic on a whole. Yes, it's a broad topic on a whole, but what does make it set apart is your representation, your service you're rendering.
You mentioned something really important, though. You said that sometimes customers are customering. People are peopling. How do you handle that from an entrepreneur, from a business perspective, when you're told that the customer is always right?
That's a good question, because we've had to be fielding this for many years. I think that people misunderstand the concept of how you deal with disgruntled customers. I think that in Belize now it has changed to, well, we the fire back. And
you blast me, I blast you back.
And that is not, that is event focused, that is not solution focused. And if you're going to deal with a disgruntled, if an upset customer, you have to take your time. You have to remove your emotions from the situation, and that takes a bit of practice. I find that when you say the customer is always right, you take out the possibility that they might be wrong and they will mess up your business because they think they're right. And as an entrepreneur, you have to know the difference between the nuances of when they're right or when they're wrong. For example, Lisana, you have a barbecue shop, right? You bubble, and somebody shows up and they just start dashboard chair. Is the customer right?
No.
Right, and so you have to learn to, this is not good for your business. Although you want business, you have to learn to cut ties at a certain point, especially if it's detrimental for the future of your business. And I don't think people understand when to do that. And that's a hard practice, because you don't want to lose any customer.
My firmly held personal opinion is that cliche is tired. You have the idea of the customer always being right is what I'm referring to. You have to start looking at things from a very practical point of view, as you mentioned, right? There are times when indeed the customer raises legitimate concerns and what have you, and those need to be addressed accordingly, as promptly as possible. But there are other times when you know the customer may be trying to pull a fast one, or maybe the customer is adding more than what necessarily needs to be there. And you have to hold your ground, right? Yes, this may not necessarily pan out the way I would have ideally wanted it to be in terms of my interaction with a customer, but at the same time, I have to preserve the integrity of my business.
That is right.
Right? If I don't do so, then it opens the floodgates for everyone else to come in and attempt the same thing.
Right.
And if I'm looking at the future of my business, then that has to be my central focus, right?
Unfortunately, though, it is a cliche that is commonly used by customers who are trying to overextend and get more for their bucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
There is a correct term to it, that the customer is always right. It's a propaganda that was created in the early 1900s when sales was starting to generate and the competition was real. However, it is a misconception. The customer is not always right. However, the customer is always the customer. So it is our due responsibility as service providers to, again, and that is the feat. That is the hard part, is navigating through their characteristics, their personalities, their demands, that some are very unrealistic. You're rightfully stating something important. However, in the world of business, it takes so much more to generate a new customer as opposed to keep that one repetitive customer. So these are areas and elements we must appreciate and look at. And again, it helps us to amplify ourselves as business owners to become more critical in thinking and problem solving. Again, I totally agree. Some of these customers have some crazy expectations, but that doesn't mean that if we don't proactively listen to their demands and try to meet them, not maybe even halfway, but...
So let me use an example here, a live one. I won't call any names. Can't get sued, right? But I'll use a live one, right?
Okay.
So, very recently, I was called to join a focus group.
Oh, another who?
To discuss ways in which one of my favorite locations is trying to see how they could address certain issues of customer service and the decline in persons visiting, right? And so I look at the idea of, I guess we're old enough to remember the sitcom Cheers, right?
Everybody knows your name.
Where everybody knows your name, right? So you go to the location, you're a frequent customer. At some point, the waiting staff or whoever you're interacting with will get to know your name. They'll get to know what your favorite food is or what item of clothing you're particular for and what have you. So that the next time you walk in, they already know, okay, I'll send this drink, I'll order this food, or I'll bring this new item that we have that fits in line with what you're interested in. Because you start to study the person, the customer. So the point that I'm making is, in Belize, sometimes or oftentimes, we have these exercises where we're trying to understand how our customers think. And all the ingredients are given to you to improve your customer service. But if the training isn't there for the person who is interacting with the customer directly, so you have the management that sees a decline in sales and gets poor reviews, make we try to figure out this situation. But if you have a situation where the waiting staff or the employees is a revolving door, then that doesn't help the fact that you're trying to improve customer service. Every time you go there, there's a new person that's dealing with you, but the problem remains. It's very poor. Now, do you guys find that you are seeing more and more of this happening? I am asking because it's not only limited to the hospitality sector. I'm thinking, okay, you have call centers who have people who are interfacing directly with customers at home and abroad who are dealing with the same issues.
Yeah, take this one, or one can do it.
You can start it off and I will explain.
Attitude and training. We've noticed across this country that people don't want to invest in training of their employees, consistent training, rephrase that, consistent training, not just one and done, right? It is a practice in consistency which shapes the right attitudes to do the job. We've found that people have the technical skills to do whatever job we have here. The problem is their attitudes towards professionalism. Remember that first thing I said about we've unlearned a lot of our things that our parents have taught us? Well, it shows when it's time to work. They don't want to work, they feel that everything is against them, and so they shut down. And the attitude and willingness to step out and do the job they don't want to do. And that comes from consistent, efficient training and monitoring throughout the process. And businesses, managers, supervisors don't want to spend the money, the time to do that. We want to throw somebody out in that water until they'll swim. It's not efficient for the business.
And not only that, I think what I have observed in a lot of our trainings, we do job preparedness trainings as well as capacity development workshops and trainings. And it's unfortunate that in majority of these trainings, you have the front end, but you're lacking the supervisor, the manager, the leads that will be navigating and supposedly guiding these professionals into the next area of their careers. A very important aspect too, and I wanted to ask everybody that's in my audience right now, how much do you value customer service? Think about it. when you go into Publix, when you go into a mom's and pop's restaurant, do you value if the cashier smiles at you, or is it just a cut and dry, just my item, goodbye, and that's it for sports? Because if you don't have a great appreciation for people and likability and service, then you're gonna kind of find it hard to render it. And again, we're coming, and I hate to harp on culture, but we are here in Belize. We are proud Belizeans that want to see greatness for our service that we're rendering. But if we don't appreciate and connect with these areas and just see work as oh my God, I have to go to this place today, then
I need this paycheck. That's the only reason why I'm
that's
there.
the cut and dry you're going to offer. It is a psychological, and we had a soft conversation before we took the scene, and like you rightfully mentioned, a lot of these behaviors are domino effects, but it starts from a core value. Where is that core value coming from? Whether it's home or school or the models around you, but it is important. I love the fact that you tapped into that in saying, after these trainings, after being consistent, I would love to everybody that I work with to go and intern a week and role model the behaviors that I'm sharing participants to abide by. But however, that's a lot of time from away from my duties. But nonetheless, we do have shifting occurring, and it's very important to acknowledge the simple fact that the call centers is a very heavy competition right now, especially as it relates to the hospitality industry. But it's one that is shifting some level of performance and skill sets, and it's pretty exciting to see.
Yes.
There are two things that Marcy mentioned that are extremely important. One, we promote people, which is good, but we don't train them to be supervisors. So they know how to do their job here, but when it is supervisory work, they don't know how to manage people. That is one. And the other one has to do with us being better customers. How can we implement exact proper customer service? How can we manage customers if we aren't good customers ourselves, if we don't know what our expectations of that service should be? And when we travel, we always have these conversations, and we find it more and more that people are seeing the importance of needing proper customer service in their establishment or just in general. I mean, when the tourists come in, we are the best customer service people on the street.
Because we want that American dollar.
Even if it's not just for the American dollar, it's just representing ourselves. Someone asks you, oh, where is this place? Everybody, oh, and it's, these people are fantastic. But to do it on a consistent basis, it's a trial.
So we have something displayed on the screen right now that our viewers are watching, and it's called what is called good customer service. Let's take a quick moment to dissect this here. So we have first up, always available. Do you need to always be available to your customers?
Depends on the industry.
All right. Next is instant assistance.
Yes, I believe instant assistance is one that you should always render that assistance, whether you're not the person that the person is contacting, but there is an element where you can take a message, you can offer that proactive feedback just to let that register that they've been heard.
All right, up next on the list?
Are we
shorter resolution time?
Everybody would love shorter resolution time.
As quick turnaround.
As Isani tapped into it, especially as it relates to a customer complaint, you want that snappy, quick response. But not all responses and service should be responded in a fast manner, especially if you want something with quality.
It takes some time, you know what?
All right, up next is
personalized communication.
What you were saying.
Absolutely.
Everyone knows your name.
I strongly believe this is the core of developing acquaintanceships with your customers. Everybody loves to. You talked about Cheers. Is that? Am I saying everybody wants to know your name?
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows your name. That's the tagline for Cheers, right? The theme song. It's absolutely true. Customers feel welcome and more personable when you know or remember their name, whether it's one engagement.
When you walk in, hey, I want to go on my belly. Your usual.
Yes, right. Even if it's their second time coming into your establishment, they feel like, oh, we go way back. No, we don't. Right. But it's that feeling. It's the psyche behind it.
Then the omnichannel connection or shares, for example.
Omnichannels are important if the person managing it is proactive and important.
That's a hard one because we tend to want to just do social media and those channels sporadically and not actually have someone focus on that. And so you have one person juggling the different forms of communication and then have their work to do. And it's not efficient at all. We're still not at that stage where we see the importance of hiring solely a social media communication manager for that, or personnel for that.
All right, well, as we wrap up the show, I want to do a quick demo of what it looks like to be a good, or what it looks like to have good customer service. So I'm going to be the rude customer this morning. And just walk our viewers through what good customer service will look like.
Sure you want to do this?
Yes. Sherman, I'm not doing it with you though. Marcelli, I reached out to you recently and I tried to inquire about your product that you had online, and you took so long to respond, and you also never post the prices online. Why is that?
Oh my goodness, first and foremost, Sabrina, my humblest apologies. Firstly, I'm so upset that you're upset. It really touches me because you are a valued customer. You did highlight something very important. I do have my items posted on Facebook, but I feel like that's a niche where I can apply my more personable aspect to you. I prefer if you jump in the inbox and I respond, just because I like to personalize when I start my engagement with my customers. Pricing and costing, it does differ depending on what you're required to or you're expecting from me. In regards to never responding on Facebook, I must admit I dropped the ball in that aspect. Business has been picking up. Proudly, I'm happy and excited to say that. However, I must apologize again. But if you allow me some time, I have you now, so let's go ahead and move forward and see how I can best assist you, because I really do want you as a client of mine.
I can't even be
On
upset.
Everybody like that?
I had things in like the back burner saying, but you never respond. But you already, okay, I'm good, I'm happy now. Let's talk about what we're going to be purchasing. But that's great. That's a great response. And these are just some of the skill sets that persons can get when they reach out to you guys at BELTRAIDE, some of the services. Let us know how they can reach out to you contact-wise.
Of course. Well, you can always feel free to call our offices at 280-0323. That is BTEC, the Belize Training and Employment Center, particularly. We are located at the IT Vet compound on Freetown Road, very central. You can always feel free to swing by the office and gather more information, register. In addition to that, you can find us on Facebook, of course, BELTRAIDE. Once you've accessed the page, you'll see the different units and the services that we offer. In addition, our marketing team is pretty proactive regarding featuring our trainings and registration, so you can always catch us that way. But in addition to that, you can also access myself on Facebook. I have participants that can contest to this. I'm always available for assistance, picking my brain, or guidance in some area of service industry. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications.
Like, subscribe, and follow. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by. This has been a wonderful conversation.
Thank you for having us.
Always a pleasure having you guys here with us on
Thank you.
set. And we can't wait to have you again.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Oh, we have an upcoming training soon, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
We do have an upcoming training that we are tapping into the hospitality industry particularly. It will be an intense 2-week training. This particular training is geared towards the wait staff and service industry. Pretty exciting to have it. We do have some guest facilitators that we're inviting over. So again, feel free to join in and sign up. The training is scheduled to start early July. So you do have ample time to clear those schedules and try to get yourself registered.
All right, excellent. Thanks guys so much for stopping by.
Perfect.
Thank you for having us.
Too.
All right, we're going to take our final break, but you don't want to go yet, because when we come back, we'll be highlighting Jenko's new song. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
My name is Leomar Langsert, and I'm a teacher, and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is the safety features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for loans through the Belize Bank, and I don't have to be having too much back and forth to visit or take time to visit the bank. They also start to offer the online applications through the app for loan applications, which I believe is very neat I would definitely recommend Belize Bank to other teachers because one of all the features and advantages that the app offer. With these online that Belize Bank offer, it is basically everything that you can do in the palm of your hand. So I would definitely recommend the bank to other teachers.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Iowa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Iowa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Iowa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Iowa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Iowa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers! We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning-fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a Lone Ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
Get ready for the most electrifying season yet. KTV The Remix Season 6 premieres on June 25th with the audition show. Who will walk away with bragging rights and the $10,000 grand prize? Tune in to find out. The excitement begins at 8 p.m. on Channel 5 and our streaming platforms. And it doesn't stop there. On July 2nd, the bliss comes alive once again with the live show starting at 8 p.m. KTV The Remix Season 6, where dreams become reality. Don't miss it, right here on Channel 5.
Welcome back. We're having our final conversation this morning, and as we mentioned, this last one, Isani, is all about entertainment.
Yes.
And of course, we can't talk music and entertainment without Flavors International. Entertainment. And we have here with us Tifara Ndazi Panton, the Director of PR for Flavors Entertainment, and also here with us is Jenko.
Yes.
And he'll be premiering his latest song and music video with us as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining us and welcome. We were waiting for this last segment. Now, I know, Andazi, that you guys have quite a few on the schedule. Let's talk about what Flavors Entertainment is up to right now.
Well, I mean, the most important thing is that we're doing Jenko's our video shoot this Sunday. So he has a new song called City Sambai. So we're premiering the song. He has a lyric video for that song. But this Sunday, we're going to be actually shooting the video for that song at Flavors Deck and Grill. So Jenko could tell you.
Jenko, before we even jump into the song, let's talk a bit about your journey as an artist.
Okay, where do I want to start? The beginning?
Let's start wherever you want to start.
You have a deep history as I believe that artist.
Well,
it all started when I was a baby.
It all started, I could say, Grace Primary School.
Okay.
I was a part of the choir, and I saw how a person's voice has an effect on the public, you know. And from then, move on to, after wanting to create your own music, you start creating your own music. We had a youth group called Optimistic Views, where Dazi and a whole bunch of youths were together, and we put out music. And where was it? Young Artists Association. And from then we had Hench Mob. Then Hench Mob up to 2000. Then I moved to New York, where I started a group called Six Deep. Then after Six Deep, another band called Broken Code. Then here in Belize, back again with Verge of Umbra. And then now I'm working on this solo project.
Your life has been all about art and music. We can gather from you were a little boy up until now. What's the difference this time around, taking on this this journey as a solo artist versus being with others?
Well, technically, to record, like I have to worry about all parts now. Like I have to write 3 verses now instead of just mine. And then live, I'm supposed to be able to carry the whole show. Got amazing breath control through the whole hour, whatever the amount of time is, that type of thing.
What genre of music are you primarily focused on?
For me, I call it Creole rap, Creole hip hop.
Okay.
We all have influences from Jamaica and the US and so on, but it was very important for me to include my own language, Yeah.
Your journey, I've followed you, well, we are all contemporaries. So I've followed you guys in terms of your journey through music for all these many years. And what I find most interesting is your longevity, simply because in the world of Belizean music and Belizean artistry, they come and go. It's very few that actually stay the course, right? And when I think of you, for instance, and I've seen the transition that you've taken in terms of your music. You mentioned it just now, from starting at Grace Primary as a choir boy, so to speak, to your stint with Verge of Umbra, which took you in a different musical direction, and coming back to Creole rap. You've been around, so to speak.
Yeah,
what keeps you going?
What keeps me? The love for it. Just the love for creating music, no?
Yeah. I mean, it's pure passion, you know. Obviously, I've watched Jenko from the beginning as well, and what I've really admired about Jenko is his lack of fear to evolve with his music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I made a rap group back then with my Belizean peeps, and then I gone and I went into rock, and it's all genres that he's always been interested in. So you're always seeing a different part of him, but he's evolving with his music. And throughout that, a lot of people talk about when Belizeans do hip hop, they're imitating, but he has always been who he is, made sure to bring his culture into, rap. And I think that's something that's so overlooked about Jenko as an artist. He has always been rapping in Creole. It has never been an imitation of something else. It has always been who he is, what he loves, and what he's passionate about. And that is what keeps you going, to keep creating, to keep changing, to keep evolving, trying something new. And then it's always authentic and it's always impactful because it's coming from a place of passion, and life experience.
Daz will be answering the rest of my questions.
She's a PR for a reason, yeah?
I have one other question, given our time constraint, right? I want to know, what is the theme or the artistic direction of the music video you guys are shooting on Sunday? For anybody who would be interested in showing up for the shoot, perhaps they would want to know, okay, what are we going with?
Okay. Well, the concept is, what if we would take that Christmas brum that happens in Gales Point, if we would take that and bring that to the city, and instead of just playing with the DJ sets and so on, we actually have the live drumming here at the party, where we would spend hours dancing to drums, to Creole drums.
Wow.
Nice.
So I know you're set to shoot your music video, but do you want to give us a little tease of just exactly what we're going to be hearing?
You want to play the lyric video?
Sure, if we can. But while we get our producer situated to get the audio played, give us a little teaser. Give us something. We have you here with us in person.
All right. I got that in my house, knock on the door, boss. We like to clean the infrastructure to come off, but right now we need a little extension for we dance because we don't want to go home, we don't want to go home at all. We done quarantine lock up for 2 years, hurricane flood the scene and knock the roof off. Took a while to make up the funds we use off, now that time for broke up, bust up one new dance. Trinidad done get with the soca wine lot. Afrobeats, Niger, Ghana designed that. Jamaica run dance a long time Fox, now that time for Belizean samba drop.
Ah, yes.
Belizean samba.
So
nice.
As you can tell, the song is all about, you know, samba, bringing it to the city samba, the Belizean culture. You know, the entire story of the song is, you know, a Belizean story. You know, how we party.
But
you know,
at its root, samba music draws heavily from its African origin, right?
Yes, yes.
And the fact that it has found its home in Gales Point village, but you're bringing it to Belize City, I'm thinking it's going to be a new experience for a lot of people who haven't seen it first on Christmas time in Gales Point, right? So I think for me, that would be my draw. I understand and I appreciate samba music, but I always haven't had the experience of going down to Gales Point and be a part of it. So seeing it here, I think other people would have the same, you know, anticipation to see something like this live.
Well, what we do want to show our viewers really quickly, Isani, is one of the videos that were recently shot. And we're just going to show them just a little bit of who the artist Jenko is.
Bartender, they holla, this are the last car. DJ got me hype, but this are the last song. Cause Rakuna Queen Street come for like it all. But we don't want to go home, we don't want to go home at all. We don't want to go home, we don't want to go home at all. Nobody want to go home, nobody want to go home at all. We don't want to go home, we don't want to go home at all. Vibes nice in the dance. Gone down in my house, knock pan the door boss. Sign this Lee extension for we dance. So police go back off and try like we have. Cause we don't want to go home, we don't want to go home at all. We done quarantine lock up for 2 years. Hurricane flood the scene and knock the roof off. Took a while for make up the funds we use off. Now that time for break up, bust out one new dance. Trinidad get with the soca wine that. Afrobeats, Niger, Ghana design that. Jamaica run dance a long time Fox. Now that time for Belizean samba drop. They wash up with down though the vibes just to start. Police they try coming at the dance. Bartender, they holla, this are the last car.
They holla, this are the last car. Alcohol. Nice.
That was so good. Jenko, guys, thank you so much for stopping by and really showing us just how you have evolved over time as well. As you mentioned, the music video is set to take place this weekend or on Sunday.
Yes, on Sunday.
Can anyone pop in and show a leaf face since it's going to be a party?
Yes, man. Pass through. I encourage people for haul up in and that chic if they should have one.
Okay.
Sunday, the 23rd, from 2 to 9 p.m. We'll have drums, not guns. Musa will be playing drums there. And then we have Belize Afro Dance Formation. And Soca Mocha Mass Band will be there. You know, you have to realize that it's not just a party, it's a music video shoot where if you come or not, I have to shoot my video. So we have to shoot 2 videos. We have to shoot with Soca Mocha members, and then we have to shoot like when the party starts to jump off.
This is work, after all.
Yes. And as Isani rightly said, I mean, it's not just a video shoot, it's an experience, it's a cultural experience. You know, it's an experience through the eyes of Jenko, you know, and we definitely encourage you to come out. There is a cover at the door, it's $15, but you get to drink all night until the video shoot is over until 9 p.m. And it happens at Flavors Deck and Grill, which is at number 1 Craig Street. It's across the street from Old Golden Bay. So definitely come through, you know, support, have fun, you know, have an experience, and, you know, pull up on Sunday.
All right. Well, guys, thanks so much for stopping by. Thank you for also sharing your music with us. And we can't wait to see what it looks like after it's being filmed and put together and everything.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, and we want to say thank you to you guys as well for tuning in with us. We had a wonderful show, Isani, jam-packed really on a Tuesday morning. But of course, the show is finished up here, so we want to say thank you again so much for tuning in with us and starting your morning right. It is Tuesday, June 18th, and if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. And if you'd like to give a birthday shout out, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can send us an email at oye@channel5believe.com. You can also catch us on Facebook at Open Your Eyes VZ, as well as Instagram for behind-the-scenes contents at OYE Believes. Thank you so much for joining us, and please do us a favor and join us again tomorrow as you open your eyes.
To start your morning right.
Until then, keep your eyes, your mind,
And your hearts open.
have a wonderful Tuesday.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by Smart, bringing people together, and the Belize Bank, our country, your bank.